What's up and welcome. I am Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer from South Africa. Thank you so much for clicking this video. This is an absolute beginner's course on Figma. In this course, you are going to learn how to create and design this awesome and great looking e-commerce card component. Without wasting your time, let's just jump straight into it. This is a Figma crash course. What are you going to gain from this crash course? Number one, I want to quickly show you how to get around with Figma so that you can get started in designing your beautiful user interfaces. And also, as a developer myself from South Africa, I am going to equip you with skills to design not just beautiful user interfaces, but production ready interfaces. In this course, we are going to discuss about the issues as a developer that I'm facing when I'm receiving a user interface design from another designer. Okay, so without wasting time, let's just jump straight into it. So how are we going to roll this course? Number one, I'm going to show you some basics of Figma and also how to use some setting tools, and then we are going to create this awesome Apple Music component. As you can see, this is just a basic layout, and then we are going to end this video by creating a card component for an e-commerce from scratch. As you can see that we don't have any other supporting icons or component besides this picture. Without wasting time, let's just jump straight into it. What is Figma? Figma is an application for designing interfaces. So let's just categorize it as a graphic design application, right up there with CorelDRAW, Illustrator, and Photoshop. But the way it has been designed, it was designed with a UI designer in mind. This means that it's leaning towards mobile application. It's not like any other graphic design application which mostly caters for printing and maybe internet or online design. Okay, so this is it. So how do you get Figma? Figma, it's more like a freemium application. It has got a free tier that I am also using. It's sufficient for you to do a lot of things. So if you want to use Figma, you can go and register, and then you can just sign in and log in and use it. Another interesting part about Figma, they've got also a desktop version. A cool feature that I like about this application, it's not like the desktop application like CorelDRAW, Illustrator, and Photoshop, which based on your computer and how strong your machine is, sometimes these programs crash. I cannot blame them. Sometimes as designers, we take these big programs and we push them into a small old computer. So let's get started with Figma. Now, the first thing that I want to show you is this tool. So this is the move tool. You can click the move tool to move things around. Something like moving this image from this place to another. As you can see, now we've got all these components fitted on some sort of one page. What if maybe we want to view a different side, or we want to go more to the right or more to the left? How can we do that? We can use this hand tool so that we can get more space. Okay, check to the top and check to the left and check to the bottom. As you can see, I hope you get the idea. Okay, so the other thing that I want us to check is zoom in and zoom out. We are going to use a shortcut to do that. So using Windows, you can press Control and look for minus and plus. Now let me press minus. As you can see, I am zooming out. Then we can also use the hand tool to pan, as you can see. Okay, and then I can press Control and then press plus to zoom in. As you can see, I'm zooming in. Let's say I have some sort of zoomed in and I don't like this view. How can I make sure that my artwork or all my components, they are fitted in some sort of a viewable area? So how could I do that? In Windows, let's press Shift and let's press 1. As you can see, everything fits in exactly where we want it to be. Let's do that again. Let's say this is where we are and we don't want to zoom in and zoom out. Wherever we are, we can just press shift and press 1, and then we are back again. Okay, so the other thing that we can do, what if maybe, let me press the move tool, what if maybe I want to zoom to a specific item or a specific frame? Okay, I can click whatever that I want to zoom into and press shift 2 and then shift 2. As you can see now, this is the only component that has been fitted into the main screen. If I want to go back to fit everything, then I can press shift 1. As you can see, guys, these are shortcuts. They are important, or they can help you to speed up to help you with the speed, okay, when you are using Figma. Then enough about that. Let's say we are creating a new document. How do you then create a new document? Based on different graphic design application, we might say we are creating a new page, or we are creating a new project. In some other graphic design, they call these artboard, and others they call these canvas. Figma call these frames. Okay, let's say we want to create a new project. Okay, let's just use what we have learned so far. Let's use this hand tool, and then let's push this all our artwork, okay, to the left, and then we want to create a new frame. We will go here. Okay, this is more like a page or a canvas or an artboard. Okay, so as you can see, when you click here, you can see there is a lot of options here on the right. Okay, the other one is for mobile, the other one is for tablet, the other one is for desktop, presentation, watch. As you can see, the list goes on and on and on. In this case, we are going to develop for mobile, so we can click here. If you know the device that you are developing for, maybe Android or what can I say, Android or Apple, then you can choose one of those here. Let's say you are going to develop for Android large. You can just click here, and then as you can see, it will give you some sort of the size of an Android phone. What if then we want to fit this to the screen? Let's use what we have learned so far. What we're going to do, we're going to press shift and press my apologies about that. Let's just click this one, press shift and press 2. Okay, as you can see, we've got the frame fitted here. Okay, let's say we want to create a custom frame. Okay, you just click here, just like in any other application. Okay, you can just left click and then drag. This gives you a chance to do whatever that you want to do, okay, in terms of the size. And then once you are done, here is your frame. What if maybe I want to rename my frame? You can just go here and just click, double click on it, and then let's say artboard. Okay, let's say this is our artboard. Simple like that. So what if maybe you want to delete it? Okay, this is what you can do. You can click here and press delete. What if we want to show everything that is in our project? We can press shift 1. As you can see, we can see everything. What if we want to show the Android frame? We can press shift 2, and then we have the Android in the middle of the screen. Now let's continue. Okay, let's just look at other options. Okay, you can click frame, and then you can look at other sizes. As you can see, guys, these are a lot of different sizes. You can experiment on this one. Figma doesn't only like assist you with designing applications for mobile only. It also helps you to design for the web. So in case you want to design for the web, you can just go here to desktop, and you can choose a frame here. As you can see, this is a desktop frame, and that's about it in terms of the frame. Okay, now what we are going to do, let's just click this one and then press shift 2 so that it can be the one that is in the viewable area. And then let's talk about shapes. Okay, this is an option to make use of the shapes which are available. As you can see, this is a rectangle. Let's say we want to create, my apologies about that, I don't know why this is. Okay, let's say we want to create a navigation bar. Okay, this is going to be our nav bar. Then we can size it, and then we can give it a color that we want. Okay, As you can see, guys, we can give it any color as we wish using this rectangle tool. Then there's also a line here in case you want to draw a line. Okay, as you can see, my apologies about my slow computer. Okay, if you want to draw a line, you can just like drag and drop. Okay, you click here. Okay, more like drag and drop the line wherever you want it to be. Okay, as you can see, what if maybe you want this line to be a little bit bigger, okay, or a little bit thicker? What you can do, you can click here and then you can adjust it here. As you can see, if you want to change the color, you can just click here. And then let's not change it like this. Let's just sample a color that is already on our project or on our artboard. Let's just click this eyedropper and then you can sample that color. As you can see, that's about it, guys. And then let's continue. Let's test another tool. Okay, we've got an arrow here in case you want to quickly use an arrow. As you can see, here is an arrow. Let me try to zoom in by pressing Control plus. Okay, and then from then I am going to use my hand tool to move this to the center. As you can see, guys, this is the arrow. Okay, very basic and simple. Then I want to zoom out. What can we do? Let's just press Shift 2. As you can see, since I didn't click any frame, then I want to click this frame and please Shift 2. Then this is where we are. Let's continue, guys, and check another tool. We've got an ellipse here, which is you can draw more like a circle. Okay, any circle that you want. Let's say you want to draw a perfect circle. Okay, what you will do, you will click on the circle, and then from then, let's do it like this. You will click on this circle, and then from then you will drag. Okay, drag. Okay, just like normal dragging. And then when you press Shift, okay, it locks this circle into perspective, meaning that it grows equally in size. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is a perfect circle. Okay, and then let's go here. As you can see, guys, there are many other shapes. You can use them as you wish. Let's just continue. Okay, now the tool that I'm going to show you, it's very important. Okay, if you are a designer, whether you are UI designer or you are just a graphic designer for print, this tool is very important. This tool is available in all graphic design program, on CorelDRAW, on Photoshop, even on Illustrator, and also here on Figma. It's here. This tool is called the pen tool. Very important for you to master because it allows you to do a lot of things. As you have seen, we have been working with basic shapes here. What if maybe you want custom shapes? Then the pen tool is here to help you. So this is the pen tool. You can just click it. So I will just have to zoom in a little bit. Since I'm using a computer, I'm using my two fingers on my on this pad so that I can just zoom in. So that's how I'm zooming in. Let's say we want to draw a custom shape. So you can click here and click anywhere, move and click anywhere and click anywhere, and then create a closed shape. As you can see, what can you do with this shape? Okay, you can go to the move tool. First of all, you can remove the borders if you want to, and then you can go to fill and you can change the color. As you can see, the color has changed. Okay, let's just talk about the techniques or the technicalities that are involved with the pen tool, or the main or the core concept of a pen tool. Okay, a pen tool has got these dots which are called nodes. Okay, as you can see here, we are drawing straight lines. Okay, it's like we've got these nodes that are connecting. Okay, so with the pen tool, you can not only draw like straight lines. Okay, you can draw curvy lines. Okay, you can also draw curvy lines, and this is how you can do that. Okay, you just click to create a node. Okay, and go to a different place. Okay, and then from then, now you don't just click only, but you click and drag. So you click and drag at the same time. As you can see, guys, this is starting to be flexible, and also it's giving you some options to do whatever you want. As you can see, guys, you can do whatever you want. Okay, So this is, let's say we are happy with where we are here, and then we can just go here. Okay, click here, drag and drop. Okay, just go click here, drag and drop. So click here, drag and drop. As you can see, guys, okay, you can draw custom shapes as you wish. Okay, you can draw the custom shapes as you wish, and also in order for it to be a shape that you can give it a color, it needs to be some sort of a closed shape or a closed path. If it's not closed, you are not going to be able to give it a fill color. Let's just click here, and then we can go to the fill. As you can see, guys, you can give it whatever color you want. Okay, as you can see, guys, that's about it. This is a pen tool. It's very important. It will help you to draw like custom shape. Okay, where is this tool like the most effective, okay, on a graphic design, in a graphic designer's life? Okay, when is it the most effective and you have to use it? Okay, most often than not, you are going to be given the task maybe to draw icons from scratch or to create a logo, a corporate identity. Then when that happens, you will have to rely on this tool. Okay, let me just press shift 1 so that I can see everything, and then click this item and then press shift 2 so that it could be here. Let's say we've been given a task to create a logo for maybe a sneaker company or a company that washes the sneakers. Okay, so let me just give you a very brief and a quick way in which you can create a quick logo, just to give you an idea of how important this tool is. I am not going to trace this like perfectly, but I'm just going to give you an idea. So this is how you'll go about it. Okay, you will just draw some sort of an outline of this sneaker. Okay, depending on how precise you are, and also what can I say, your pen tool skill. Okay, how good are you in tracing? Okay, so you can just quickly trace around here. Okay, trace around here. Okay, trace around here until you create a closed shape, and then from then let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, and then since it's a closed shape, it means that we can give it a color. Okay, let's give it a color. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's move this up, and then let's move this down. We don't really need this now. Okay, we were just using it as a reference, so let's take this to this part. Okay, to this frame. As you can see, guys, we've got something like an icon. Okay, what if maybe we want to edit the path? Okay, this is how we can do it. You can zoom in anywhere and you can double click. As you can see, the nodes are coming back again, and then you can make some adjustment. As you can see, guys, okay, that means we are refining our logo. Okay, and then zoom out. Then the client, maybe they say they are happy. Okay, maybe the client said, okay, we just need something that will show that let's say this is an identity, because now it's too plain. Okay, maybe we can put some eclipses there. Okay, obviously, as you can see, I'm trying to draw some perfect eclipses. Okay, give this color, and then Control CV, like to copy, Control CV, like to copy. Okay, this is just a simple logo, and then what we are going to do, we don't want these borders. We can click here and come here and remove the outline. As you can see, guys, then let's just click here, okay, and give it the name. Okay, let's say coded UI, okay, which is the name of the channel. Okay, and then let's make this bold. Okay, increase this text. Okay, and let's press V, and let's make this bold. Okay, as you can see, guys, we have created an identity. Okay, so here I was just giving you a practical way in which you will rely on your pen tool skills. Okay, we are done with the pen tool. Okay, let's just click here. Let's press Shift 1 to see how many output we have. For now, let's just work on this one. Okay, press Shift 2. Okay, let's work on this one. Since we are done with these, we can remove these. And then let's just check here what else. This is a free hand or a pencil. Here you can just draw whatever you want whenever you feel like you want to draw some sort of a custom shape. Okay, now guys, let's continue. We are done with this. Now let's get into the other important one, which is the text. Okay, so the text is used as you know it, you want to type something. Let's say this is coded design. Okay, let's coded UI. Okay, let's say coded UI. Okay, let's talk about this text. Let's say we want to customize it. Okay, we want to make it bigger. Okay, without going here and changing the font. We just want to make it bigger. I want to scale it. Okay, the first thing that we can do, you can just go here, or you might think this is how you do it. You can just go here and scale it. As you can see guys, it doesn't move. Okay, you can try to move it, but it doesn't move. Then one might ask, how do I move it then from here? Okay, what you need to do, there are two important keyboard shortcut that you need to know, which is K and V. Most important, K and V. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to click here and we want to press K. What I want you to do, I want you to look on your right. Okay, on the right hand side. Okay, you can see here what will happen as I am pressing K. As you can see guys, now I don't have more options here. Okay, let's see when I'm toggling back to the initial state by using V. Okay, make sure that you are here on the canvas like this, and then let's press V. Okay, let me you've clicked the text, okay, on this item. Let's press V. As you can see guys, okay, let's do it once again. Okay, my apologies for that. As you can see, once I click K, it quickly focuses here on the scale. That's not where I want to be. Let's make sure that we've clicked this one. Just check here guys. When you press V, it gives you a lot of options. Okay, so what's going on here between this K and V? Okay, K is more for scaling. Okay, that means for some sort of changing the shape of the text that you have clicked. Okay, let's just make a practical example. I want to scale this. I can press K, and then from then let me just drag here. As you can see guys, I am dragging, everything moves. Okay, as you can see, here is also the scale. If I want it to go back to where we were, I can just put one here. So this is the original scale. Maybe somebody might ask you to make this twice as large and it must scale proportionally. Then you can just come here and you can just press 2. This is twice as large. Okay, I hope you see it guys. What are the common mistakes that you might make with using this K and V? Okay, the most common mistake is to forget to press V or to forget to press K. In most cases, when you are here on K and you want to change your colors, then when you come here as a beginner, you might be frustrated and you ask yourself, where are the options? Okay, so don't forget to go back to V so that you can get more options. Okay, I think that is all for this one. Now let's continue. Let's say now you want to customize this text. Okay, so just like any other design program, okay, when you are clicking an object and it's the active one, okay, Figma can show you different properties, okay, or customization that is available according to the selected item. So it's very important to always look at here. Okay, now let's continue. Okay, so as you can see guys, we have nothing here. This color is only for this background. Let's click back here. As you can see, so the first thing that you can do here, let's start here. How am I going to show you this one? I will need first a background color, okay, and then a bright color. Let's just go here and then let's just use a bright color here. Okay, so when we click here, this one, the pass through, some other graphic design application, they call this a blend mode. Okay, meaning that you are blending the colors, okay, not necessarily the layers. Okay, blend modes are mostly more about colors and effect. Okay, It's not like we are subtracting the back color, the front one from the back one. No, we are blending only colors. So when we are talk of this, when we mention this pass through, think of mixing colors. Okay, so here we are just blending. As you can see at this moment in time, this color is on top of this one. Okay, let's just go through these options here and observe what will happen here. Okay, as you can see, this is darken, this is multiply. As you can see, guys, it's like the foreground color has been multiplied by the background color. As a result, it created a darker version. Plus dark, as you can see, we are adding dark a little bit. We are mixing those colors. This color band. Obviously, some other colors won't show an effect simply because of the type of color. Okay, so this will be different according to the color that we have selected. Okay, so when you get time, you can just check here. Okay, also this works for images. Okay, let me just quickly show you. Okay, maybe with these colors you might not see some sort of an effect, okay, that you want, but with images you can see. Let's copy this one, okay, and put it here, and then click this frame and then press shift 2. Okay, now let's take it here. Okay, let's just move this text downward. Okay, so you can use these blend options, okay, to play around with the foreground and the background. Okay, look at what will happen here. This is an image. Let's check the pass through. Okay, as you can see, guys, it's like we are mixing these colors. Okay, check here. Okay, as you can see, this feels like you have removed some sort of the transparency of it, whereas you didn't do anything. When you want something to be some sort of muted in the background, but at the same time you want it to pop, you can use this multiply. Okay, as you can see, guys. Okay, now this feels like it's part of the background as well. Okay, you don't have to some sort of trace. Okay, so that's the idea behind these. Okay, behind these. And then this one is just transparency. Let's just make 50% transparency. As you can see, guys, you can adjust it accordingly. Okay, and then what else? As you can see here, you have some different font styles, okay, that you can use, and font families. Okay, and then when you go back here, you've got different properties: bold, extra bold, light, regular, and extra light. As you can see, guys, you can choose whatever that you want to choose. Okay, going down here, okay, you can see this one is the line height. Okay, the line height is some sort of the space above and below your own text. So for now, I'm just going to present the properties or the options that you are going to use the most. Okay, let's just check this one. This is the size. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is the size, and this one is the space between each alphabet. Okay, between each character, that's the space between each character. And then obviously here you can center the text, and then you can align left or align right. Okay, here this is where you change the color. This is where you change the color. Let's click on it again. And what else? Okay, if you might want a stroke, but this is too small, it's not going to be visible. But if you want a stroke, you can add a stroke here. Okay, guys, that is enough about the text. Okay, now let's go to shapes. Okay, we dealt with colors and how you blend them, and I told you that in terms of the colors, okay, you are just blending them. It's not like you are, what can I say, creating new object from other object. If you want to achieve that, you can use you can achieve that with shapes. Okay, let's just go back here. Okay, this skill also, it's not a skill that is tied to Figma as a UI design application. Okay, this skill is important also for you as a designer in general. It's available in CorelDRAW, on Photoshop, on in Illustrator. This is working with shape. Okay, let's say I've got this shape. Okay, this is the shape that I have. Let's say I make the rounded corners. What I want to do, I want this shape, the background shape, to go like this, and it goes like this. Okay, the first way is to make this part black so that it can give an illusion, okay, of whatever that you're saying has happened, but you know deep down that it didn't happen, but you have just played around with colors. Okay, let's just make some modification so that this can be visible, okay, so that we can see the effect. Okay, so let's say you want to achieve the same thing. You want this to look like this, but without these. Okay, as you can see. So what you can do, you can work with colors, sorry, with shapes. Okay, so let's make an example with one shape first. Okay, let's click this shape, and then let's click also the bottom one by pressing this one and press and hold shift on Windows and press this one. That means we have selected both of this shape. Then we can come here. Okay, and then as you can see here, we can just click here. That means now we can subtract selection. Let's see what will happen. Okay, now we might not be sure if what we want has happened, but if you highlight here now, as you can see, we are not selecting any white shape. Let's just click undo to see actually and practically what happens. Let's click on the frame and let's change the color of the frame so that we can notice the difference. Okay, as you can see, guys. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to press the foreground shape, and then we want to press the background shape. At the same time, we are holding shift on Windows, and then let's come back here and let's subtract selection. As you can see, guys, now the shape that was here, it feels like it's gone. Is it really gone? Let's just double check. If we click here, okay, let's see if we can double click here. As you can see, guys, this looks like, to me, the shape is still there, but now it's visible. Okay, it's more like it's invisible. Okay, but it still gives you a chance to work on it and manipulate it if you want. Okay, as you can see, guys. So what if maybe, let me just click undo. Okay, we didn't want to subtract. Let me just change this color. Okay, let's go to the frame. Okay, and then let's change this color back to white. Okay, let's change this one to a noticeable color. Okay, why it's not changing? Let me just double check. Okay, now I see. Let's click ungroup. As you can see, guys, okay, that effect was still in place, or it was still active. Now it's not active. So what we want to do, we want let's just create something like a bus, okay, with the wheels that goes round and round and round. We're going to press, okay, let's just increase this. Paste. This is the first wheel. Copy and paste. Control CV, and this is the second wheel. Now we want this to be the whole bus. So we will click on this one and click on the background photo, and then let's come back here. Instead of subtracting, let's just click on union. Okay, as you can see, now this has changed. It happened that it took the color of the circle, but that doesn't matter as long as what we intended went well. As you can see, guys, okay, this feels like now it's a bus, okay, with the tools. Then let's click on this one, and also on Windows, press shift and click on this shape, and then let's create another union. As you can see, guys, here is the bus with the wheels that goes round and round and round. Okay, now let's see what else do we want to demonstrate. Okay, so now you are working with the assets. As you can see, there is a lot in here. Okay, there's a lot in here, but where do you go when you want to see like everything? Okay, in your project, you can go to the left. As you can see, okay, we've got assets here. These assets, everything will be here if you are creating like your components. Okay, if you're creating components, then your components will be here. I think when we are creating this layout, we will create the components. Okay, And then let's go to layers. As you can see, guys, this is everything. This is the image. If you want to deactivate it, make it invisible, you can just click here. If you want to lock it, because sometimes when you are moving, you are thinking that you are moving, let's say, something else, and it happens that you move this one. If you don't want to move this one, you can just go here and lock it. Okay, let's say it's this one, then you can go here and lock it. Okay, and then from then it's going to be more or less like inactive. Okay, you can only click this one, the highlighted one, this one, but not this one because it's inactive. Then let's activate that. Okay, now let's continue. Let's talk about being precise and being like some sort of aligning things, making sure that things are happening the way that you want. There is a tool which is called a ruler. Sometimes it's not easily noticeable in all programs. Sometimes it's not active. You have to activate it. Fortunately for us, it's already here. Let's say I want to design some shapes. Okay, this shape, let's press V, and this one. Okay, now it happened that I want to move this shape in such a way that it aligns with this one. There's some sort of two ways to go about it. The first one is to some sort of move this shape. Okay, as you can see, there's a line that shows here. You can use that line. Okay, let's see. Since they are not in the same layer, let's try to put these in the same layer and see what will happen. As you can see, look at that line. Okay, you see those three lines. It's like it's snapping into alignment. Okay, this is telling us that these are perfectly aligned. But maybe what if you are facing a situation whereby these lines are not showing up and you want these to some sort of align? Let's say this is outside this frame. Okay, then let's introduce the rulers. You can take this ruler here and then you drop it and make sure that it stays here, okay, on top of this one. And then now, using those ruler as the guidelines, you know that if you can put this here, as you can see, it snaps into the alignment, then it means that these are aligned. So rulers are very important. They also help in case of printing. They also help with the bleed and the this printable safe area. Okay, meaning that you can use them, okay, by having a certain measurement. Okay, for instance, let's say this was like 5 mil. Okay, this is 5 mil. You will make sure that everything works. You will put 5 mil here in case of printing and 5 mil here. Then you know whatever that you are designing, okay, it will fit within the boundaries of these lines. Okay, so that is it about the rulers. Okay, I think, guys, at least I have showed you some other things. Okay, now let's get into practicality. Okay, when we are getting into practicality, let's just talk about let's just get into the important part, or one of the important features of Figma, which is the auto layout. Okay, what can I use? Let me use these icons and copy and paste them. Okay, because when we are creating this, we are going to make use of the auto layout. Okay, let's say you've got these randomly. Okay, these are random and you want to arrange these. Okay, the first thing that you can do, if you want to arrange these vertically, you can highlight all of them and then go here, and so you can see these are arranged vertically. Okay, and then we can just click undo. But there is another different way, okay, of which it's more advanced and it will make your life easier. Okay, which is auto layout. How do you create auto layout? Let's see how do you do that. You will highlight these, and then from then in a shortcut you can press Shift A. Okay, now these are some sort of they are now aligned as an auto layout. Okay, as you can see, the most interesting thing about auto layout, now there is an equal distance between these icons, okay, automatically. Okay, and you can adjust that distance for all of them. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is interesting. Let's just click undo. Okay, now if I'm not using the shortcut, how can I get the auto layout? Okay, let's just right click here. From the top, you can just go here and then you can see this is auto layout and this is the shortcut, and then you click auto layout. Okay, as you can see, this layout has been arranged vertically. Okay, how do we then see that? Okay, let's just click here on the auto layout. Just look at here, guys. Okay, and then this is a vertical layout. Okay, but now what if we want these to be aligned horizontally? Okay, if we were not using this, we will have to move these things manually, but because of we are using auto layout, this is vertical and we can use the horizontal one. Boom, just like that, everything works well. Okay, as you can see, guys, these are not centered. Okay, these are not centered. This is been pushed more to the bottom. I'm happy with the top. It looks like these are aligning. Okay, as you can see, but now how do you make sure that this is perfectly centered? Obviously, as you can see, guys, this is the alignment at the moment. You can come here to the center and click there. As you can see, guys, boom. Okay, this is the power of auto layout. What if somebody comes and asks us to make some arrangement to say that, no, I want this icon to be here? We are not going to move it like with the mouse. We can just double click on it and use the arrow to shift the icons. This is awesome, guys, and this is very important. Okay, the other thing about auto layout, okay, let's just zoom out a little bit. Okay, the other thing about the auto layout, they create some sort of a virtual container. Okay, which obviously is here, you cannot really see it, but if you click on that auto layout container, on that auto layout, when you go to fill, you can see that you can put a color in here, as you can see, guys. Okay, meaning that these are some sort of wrapped or surrounded by the auto layout, which at first it always looks like it's invisible, but it's there. What are the other things that we can do with the auto layout? Let's click on the auto layout and see. We can change the padding. Okay, let's just go here. Where is the padding? Okay, just a moment, guys. Let's just click here. Okay, here is the padding. Okay, under auto layout. Okay, here is the padding. This is padding horizontal. Let's just click here and see. As you can see, guys, now there is some sort of enough or nice breathing room on the edges of the overall design, okay, or the icons. And then this is vertical padding. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is vertical padding. The other thing that we can do, if you want to, we can add the border radius here. Okay, obviously it takes some time, but you can see, guys, the border radius is being applied. Okay, obviously other things that involved in the auto layout, we are going to test them practically, okay, when we are designing something. Okay, now let's go back here and let's design this using auto layout. Okay, let's delete this one. Let's come back here. Okay, there are two ways to design or to approach design in Figma, okay, which is the first one and the second one. Let me just quickly show you the first one. Okay, so the first one will be to take a shape tool when we're creating this text, this input text. Okay, we take a shape tool and then we remove the color, we set the stroke, and then we sample the colors. And then from then we work on the border radius. Okay, I don't like this color. Okay, let me make it dark a little bit. As you can see, guys, now it's showing up. Happy with that. And then from then, let's increase the radius. Okay, I'm happy with that radius. Okay, border radius. And then from there, we can take the text. Okay, and write search here. Okay, and then from then, the space between characters, let's just put 0. Okay, let's press K for scaling it. Okay, and then let's use the search icon. Do we have it here? Yes. Control paste and CV. As you can see, guys, this is getting there and it's looking awesome. Okay, then let's press V to get more options here and change the color. Okay, it looks like it to me. Okay, highlight all of these, and then let's align these. As you can see, guys, it looks like somewhat like it. Okay, somebody might say that, Matthew, this works well and I'm happy with this because it achieves what we are looking for, but this is not scalable. As soon as you want to make some changes, then it becomes a problem. Now let's introduce another way of doing it. Okay, the layout way. Okay, let's see, and let me show you. So what we are going to do with the layout, okay, this is my own personal rule. I always start with the text. Okay, my apologies about that. Looks like I'm not typing. I always start with the text or with a certain word. Okay, and then let's just zoom in, press K to scale it. Okay, and then I'm going to change this to be an auto layout. Okay, an auto layout doesn't have to be applied on a group of selected object. Even on one object, you can create an auto layout. So let's quickly do that. Okay, as you can see, we are adding an auto layout. That means this now has got an auto layout. What does that mean? This just means that there is a container around it. Okay, there is a container even though it's not visible. Okay, let's prove that there is a container. Okay, now let's just go here. Okay, I'm gonna resize this, pressing shift at the same time. As you can see, this is almost like this, which is too small. Okay, let's see. I'm happy with this. Okay, press K to scale it down. I'm happy with this. And then let's press V. Where is my color? Okay, here is the black color, right? Let's see. Yes. Okay. Then from then, let's choose this color. Okay, then what we want to do, we said we want to prove that there is a container around here. So let's just take this icon and superimpose it or put it on top of this search item. Okay, it looks like the auto layout doesn't want to pick up anything. Let's zoom again, guys. Okay, now what we want to do, let's do some investigation and look at this layout and see. You see this layout, it's not vertical, it's horizontal. Okay, meaning that let's just push it to the first or to the second. As you can see, guys, there the layout doesn't want to pick it. That's not much of a problem. Let's see if we press control what will happen. Okay, as you can see, when I'm here and I press control, now the layout is picking up that there is something that I want to drop in this layout, but not in the search text. Okay, but in the layout. As you can see, if I leave it here, as you can see, now it's part of the layout. Let me just click undo. Okay, so what we said there is a layout here which arranges things horizontally. Okay, so you can just take this and move it to this layout. If it doesn't get in, snap in automatically, you can press control. As you can see, it's either going to snap in on the left or snap in on the right. Let's put it on the left, just like this one. Okay, then what if maybe you want to deal with your resizing? Then that means you will have to deal with your own layout, because when you move this, it moves the layout, it moves with these, so it's more like a container. And then let's work on the gap between the search and the item. Okay, let's just work on the gap. As you can see, guys, this is the advantage of using a layout. Okay, this is the advantage of using a layout. Okay, now what I want to do, okay, let me just make sure that these are aligned, like centered horizontally perfectly. Okay, let me just click on it, and then this is center. Okay, so I'm happy everything has been aligned vertically. Sorry, so everything has been centered. Okay, so now, guys, as you can see, we've got this, okay, this icon and the search bar. Okay, well, somebody else might still go back to the initial route and create a rectangle there. We don't need any rectangle. What we are going to do, we are going to make use of the layout that we already have. Okay, meaning that we can first, as we have highlighted it, we can first give it some stroke. Okay, stroke. Let's sample this color. As you can see, guys, we have already a shape that looks somewhat like this one. Okay, But what we need to do, we need to change the size. Okay, so now since we're using the layout, we don't really need to change the size of the actual layout. Let's just put padding. Okay, let's just click on the layout. And then where is the layout? The layout, here is the layout. And then let's work on 10 as padding, okay, which is a bit small. Okay, and let's work with 30. Okay, I'm happy with that, but we can pimp it to 45. Okay, as you can see, guys, let's put 45 on also on the top. Okay, this is not 45. As you can see, guys, now we are getting there. We've just put some padding here, and this is looking like closer to what we have here. Let me just zoom in. Okay, and then I want to change this. Okay, guys, and then what we want to do now, let's see what's going on here. It looks like our text input has got a size or a specific size. Okay, let's do that. Let's move it like this. Okay, as you can see, as we move our text input, this remains in the center. Okay, we are going to solve that now. Let's work on the border radius. Okay, as you can see, it's something like this, even though it's not going to be like 100%. And then what we need to do now, guys, we need to solve this problem. Okay, let's go to the layout so that it can control its own children. Let's align them to the left. As you can see, the children have been aligned to the left, and that is it, guys. This is the best way to go about it. Then one might ask, what is the best way about this one? Okay, this comes with a lot of flexibility. For instance, let's say we want to resize this. As you can see, guys, everything works perfect. What if for some reason, let's say we want this, okay, we want this to be pushed to the right a little bit. Since it's a layout, look at what we can do. Okay, as you can see, because it's a layout, so it's easier for this to be resized. Okay, so let's just check the size of this. Okay, happy with that size. And then from there, okay, we are done with this. I hope, guys, you have learned something about the power of the auto layout. Just in case you don't really see this, let me make the stroke true, okay, so that it can be visible a little bit. I hope it's better. Okay, I'm going to leave it here for now. Okay, now, guys, let's continue. Let's work on this one. On this one, we are going to use a clever way of doing it. Okay, this is not just going to be a single component. Okay, this component is going to have a powerful feature of Figma, which is a variant. Now let's see. Let's organize our icons which are involved. Let's first use this one. What I usually do, I like to copy this, okay, and crop it to exactly what I want so that I can focus only on one component. So what I want the middle component. Okay, this is the middle component that I want. You will see now why I want the middle component. Okay, let's bring this. Okay, I'm going to take this and move it down a little bit. We are done with this. Okay, also we can move this down a little bit. Okay, now I'm only left with this and this. Okay, now we are going to be quick a little bit, since the steps that we are going to do here, it's almost like a repeat of the previous steps that we did. So we are going to start with a text, okay, which is browse, and then let's work on the boldness or the weight. Let's make it regular. Okay, the color, let's just leave it black for now. Okay, and then let me make it bigger a little bit. Okay, and then you know that we are going to right click and create an auto layout. As we said before, an auto layout creates some sort of a container, an invisible container. And then what we are going to do, we are going to, on this auto layout, we just have to click on it. Okay, make sure that K is not clicked, V is clicked. As you can see here, we are getting some small options, little options, as you can see, and we've got this scale. As you can see, we've got this scale. Now we don't want this. Let's press V so that we can have a lot of option. As you can see, our layout is being arranged horizontally. Kumbaya, that's what we want. And then let's just take this. Okay, I like the size, looks like it's equal. Let's take this and push it closer to this layout. As you can see, guys, now it just quickly snaps here. Okay, it means that this is a layout, and let's drop it there. As you can see, guys, now let's click on the actual layout and let's make use of, let me make sure I'm in the layout. Now let's make use of this gap. Okay, let's just move this closer to here so that, let me zoom in, and then let me double click so that I can only get this one. Let me press K to scale it down a little bit. I think this looks somewhat like it. And then let's click on the layout. Okay, how would you know if the layout is clicked or it's not clicked? Let's press V. As you can see, just check here this auto layout or make use of these. Okay, and then what we want to do, we want to increase the space. Okay, as usual. And then what we want to do, we want to change the width of the layout. Okay, as you can see now, we are having a problem because whenever we change the width, the icons are centered. Okay, they are aligned center. Okay, that's not what we want. Let's make sure we've clicked the layout. Instead of centering things, let's align it left, as you can see. But the challenge now, everything moves to the actual edge. Then let's work on the borders. As you can see, guys, this is border horizontal. Let's just make this 30 and see. Okay, I'm somewhat happy about this. Let's make it 45. Okay, let's see if we can play with 55. I think I'm happy with this. And also because of we didn't set the background, we don't really see how far is it from what can I say, from the edge. That's not much of a problem. Let's quickly set that. Okay, let's click here, and then on the layout, let's click on the fill color. Let's sample this color. As you can see, guys, we are getting there. Okay, we have sampled this color. Let's work on the radius. Okay, let's work on the radius. Let's start at 50. Okay, I'm happy with this. Okay, let's work on the padding top or the padding vertical. Okay, this is the padding horizontal and the padding vertical, it's 10. Let's just increase it. Okay, it doesn't show much of an effect, not a problem. Let's increase the size then. Okay, I'm happy with this. What else do I want to do? Let me just change this to be almost like this black. Okay, because this black is not like super black. Okay, let's see something like this. I'm happy with it. Okay, as you can see, guys, we are getting there. Now let's create okay, let's create a variant of this. Okay, let's create a variant of this. Now what we want to do, okay, now what we want to do, we want to bring this, okay, so that we can use it as a reference. Okay, as a reference. Let's see what we can do from here. What I want to do here, I want to make variations, okay, of the same thing. This means that now we are getting into more of an advanced technique, okay, because we don't want to do one and the same thing over and over again. Okay, as you can see, where is the original? Okay, this is the original, meaning that I can, let me not delete it, but let me just move it outside here. Okay, now we have this as the original. The first approach will be to do copy and paste. Okay, let's see. Okay, as you can see, and then we can substitute these with these and then delete this. As you can see, guys, we've got something like it. Okay, but we want to be advanced. I'm going to introduce components and variants. Okay, so this is how we are going to do it. So let's click on this one. Okay, as you can see, guys, we've got this diamond here. Okay, with like 4 squares in it. Okay, so you are creating a component here. Okay, just observe the outline of this and how is it going to change the color here. Okay, and also let's just rename this frame to be, and let's call these icon labels. Okay, so this is an icon label. Okay, this is an icon label, and that is it. And then what we want to do also, okay, we are done. We want to create a component out of it. Let's just click here so that we can convert this to a component. Now this is a component. What is a component? A component, it's more like a blueprint, okay, a mother structure, a foundation of a component or an item, okay, where you are going to create duplicates from the original. Okay, I hope you get the idea. If you are making photocopies with a printing company, sorry, with a printer, then it will mean that the component is the original page that you are going to copy from. Okay, with that being said, let's continue. Now we want to make different versions of this. Okay, different version of this. Let me give you an idea. Why are we doing this? Let's say we are creating like thousands component. Do we mean that we are going to create all of them? Okay, like one by one by one by one. This means that we are going to waste time and we are not going to be efficient and productive. So we can have one component that we can use and make variants. Okay, let's continue. And also when we want to make changes, okay, if we have thousands components, it will mean we have to go to each and every component and make changes there. But here, if we've got a component which is the mother structure or the blueprint, when we change the blueprint, all the instances of that blueprint will change. You are going to see that now. Let's continue, guys. Okay, so this is a component already. Okay, now in that diamond we've got a different one, the one with a plus. As you can see, it says add a variant. Okay, it says add a variant. Let's do that, guys. How many variants do we want? We want 3 variants. Okay, let's think again. Let's try to be clever. Okay, we want 2 variants. Okay, 2 variants, because let's see, is it a variant? Let's try to be clever, guys. Okay, for the sake of teaching, okay, for the sake of teaching, since we have chose this, okay, let's just create variants. Okay, let's just create variants. Okay, let's create the first one, and then let me check here. Okay, let's create also the second one. Okay, as you can see, guys, we've got 3 variants here. Okay, I'm going to teach you the variant using this. Okay, so we've got 3 variants. Okay, let's say this one, the first one, is going to be listen now. Okay, and the other one is going to be browse, and the other one is going to be radio. Okay, let's do that. So let's click on this component. Okay, let's click on this component. Let's go here. As you can see, this component has properties. Okay, this component has properties, and then sorry for that, this icon label here is the icon label. And then let's click here on this component configuration. Okay, is this where I want to be? Yes, but it doesn't show me what I want. That's not much of a problem. Let's click on the component again, guys. Okay, and then let's configure this one. Okay, under these properties. My apologies about that. Let's configure the properties. Okay, now the property name at the moment is property 1. We don't want that because we are categorizing or differentiating these variants or these icon labels according to their type. Okay, So let's say this is a type. Okay, so what type of an icon label is? It's listen now. What type of an icon label is browse? What type? It's radio. Okay, it makes sense. Now this type will be here. Okay, so after we are done with that, let's look at the values. The first value is default, the second value is default 2, and the second one is um variant 3. Okay, the first is default, the second one is variant 2 and variant 3. As you can see, guys, this is a default and it's 2 variant. Okay, so we want to change this variant. We want to label them accordingly. The default one, as you can see, it's browse. Okay, my apologies about that. Let's go back. Okay, let's come back in this configuration. Now we want to change this value. Okay, let's change this value to browse. Okay, and then let's change this. My apologies about that. I'm looking in the wrong place. Let's start with listen. My apologies about that, guys. Okay, this is listen, and this one is going to be browse, and the last one, guys, is going to be radio. Okay, I'm happy with the naming. Okay, and then what we need to do also here, we have to change these accordingly. Okay, let's change these accordingly. Listen now. Okay, and then browse, and then radio. Okay, and then what we are going to do, we need to go to this variant and we need to remove the background. Okay, we need to remove the background. Okay, we need to go here and we need to remove the background. Okay. Okay, this one has the background. Let's go to this one and remove the background, and let's go to this one and remove the background. Okay, and then what we want to do, we want to add the icons. Okay, where is our radio icons? Did I lose it somewhere, or I didn't have it from the beginning? That's not much of a problem. Okay, these icons don't really matter much. Okay, because this is just for teaching. Okay, so let's just click on this icon and check how big it is. The overall height is 117. Let's make sure that all of these, they've got a height of 117. Okay, making sure that this is locked, because if you don't lock this, this will be scaled like this, of which we don't want it. So we want it to scale proportionally. Okay, 117, happy with that, and then go to this one, lock it, 117. I'm happy with that. So what we want to do, we are going to drag these. Where is search? Do we have search? Obviously we only add search there. Okay, but in case for this radio button, we're just going to use search. Okay, let's just drag this to here. As you can see, guys, it fits perfectly, and then we are going to remove this. Okay, this one, let's just change it, guys, since we are already here. Let's say search. Okay, and then let's go to the one with radio. As you can see, guys, it snaps here, and let's delete this one. At least this looks like a radio microphone. I'm happy with that. Okay, guys, as you can see, this is where we are now. Okay, this is where we are now. Okay, and then what I want to do now, let me demonstrate how this works. Okay, let me demonstrate how this works. Okay, let me zoom in. Let me also change the background of this, okay, of my whole frame to this color. Okay, guys, as you can see now, this looks exactly like these ones above. Okay, forgive me about these icons, but I hope you get the idea. So now what I want to do, let's use this component. Okay, like let's see it in practical. How is it going to save us time? Okay, so what we are going to do here, we are going to drag the first one. Okay, how do you do that? You just double click until this one is highlighted. Okay, and then what we are going to do, we are going to press Alt on Windows. Okay, as we are dragging. So we start by dragging and press Alt so that we can create a copy, more like an instance. Remember, we said this is the blueprint. Now we are creating a photocopy of it. As you can see, guys, we've just got a copy. This is the same thing as this one. But what if somebody says, I want, okay, I think I'm running out of space. What can I do? Okay. I think I can move this one out, guys. Okay, now I've got enough space. Okay. What if somebody says, I want these browse labels, like 4 of them? Okay. Number one, I am not going to create them from scratch. These ones might not even like be in the picture. Okay. These might not even be in the picture. They might sit in a different page or wherever. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to click this. Okay, and then let's look at what's going on here in this component. Okay, as you can see, this component has got a type. Okay, this type is listen. What if maybe we can change this type? What will happen? Let's see. Change it to browse. As you can see, guys, boom, it has just changed to browse. Okay, and then what if maybe, let me click this one and also press Alt again to create a copy. Let's create another copy, 3 of them. Okay, then somebody said, no, in the middle I want a different one. Then we can also click here as an instance, and then we will come here on the type. If it's browse, we can change it to radio. Okay, as you can see, guys, now I hope you get the idea. Okay, and also we can change this one to let's say to listen. Okay, this is the power of Figma, okay, as a user interface designing application. Okay, as you can see, guys, so these are variants. Okay, this one is more like a component. This is a master copy. Okay, let's say now we've got let me make just normal copies. Even if you are making like normal copies, copy and paste, these will always be instances of the original one. Okay, let's say now we are developing a very big user interface. Okay, let's say we've got more than 100 screens and we have used this component all over the place, and then the boss comes and says, now the browse button must have a certain background which is not gray, it must be blue. Okay, how are we going to do that? Okay, if we were not using this option, we were going to change it like in all of these places. Okay, all over these places. Okay, everywhere, of which that's not good. So what we can do, we can just go to the parent component, which is this one. We can double click here and change this color. Once we are sure we are here in this component, let's go to the color and let's change the color to the blue that we want, and observe what will happen to its children. As you can see, guys, okay, everything changes. Okay, so this is more like let's say a theme, whereby if you change it in one place, it changes everywhere. Okay, guys, let me try to give you a hint. Okay, obviously based on what I have chosen, okay, this was not the exact way of using variant. Okay, I have used variant what can I say, in an option or in an place of active. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is the same thing, right? Yes, but the difference is when you hover over this one, this becomes active. Okay, but since my mind and some sort of my planning, or I've already mentioned variant, so I was like, okay, let me create and show you how a variant work. Okay, this might work in a button. Okay, you might have let's quickly do that. Okay, let's quickly do that. Okay, so that I can show you the exact application of a variant, and then I'm going to come back to this one. I am going to create what can I say, the active, okay, the hover active effect. Okay, so let's say, let me copy these. What can I do? Let me just delete all of these. Okay, let me just delete all of these and let me copy these. Okay, what have I done? Let me just say undo. Let's see, my apologies about that. Let me zoom out. Okay, let me zoom out, and then I'm going to delete this one and I'm going to copy this. Okay, as you can see, I have pasted it here. Okay, then I am going to first unlink this. Okay, we need to unlink it. This is the main comp. Let's say publish selected comp, add a variant. That's not what I want to do. Okay, let's see, where is the instance of this. Okay, let me do it like this. Okay, I'm on Windows. Let me press Alt and copy this. Okay, guys, my apologies for the delay. I have created an instance of a copy. As you can see, guys, this belongs to that copy. Let me try to break that so that this can be a new component, some sort of a new element that I can create a component from. Let's see what we can do. We've got this option, guys, that says detach instance, meaning that let's break the relationship between this child and the parent. As you can see, now the relationship has been broken. Okay, now let's say this is a button. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, since we already have what can I say, since we already have a red icon there, which we can change. Okay, which we can change. Now let's go back. Let's create a blue button. Okay, even red will work. Okay, let's say, okay, let's just create a, yeah, I like this color. Okay, let's make it darker. Okay, I'm happy with this. And then let's make this white. Okay, this is some sort of a perfect example of a variant. Okay, okay, let's see. As you can see, guys, this is a button. Now what I want to do, I want to have a variant of this button. Okay, first let's create this. Let's make a component out of it, and then from then let's add a variant. Okay, that means the variant will be what can I say, an outline version of it. Let's go to the variant, and then let's remove this color. Let's add a stroke, and let's make the stroke 2. Okay, I'm happy with this, and let's change the color to this one. And the color of the text, let's make this color to this one. And the color of the icon, let's make this color. I hope I have clicked the right icon. Let's see, not really. Let me make sure that I have clicked. Okay, this icon, let's see. Yes, 100%. Okay, let me work on my outline. Okay, it's not visible. Let's see. Still, it's not visible. Let me zoom in so that you can see. Where is my stroke? Okay, let me make it 3 and see. Make it 5. Okay, this is much better, guys. This is visible. As you can see, guys, now this is the exact application of a variant. And then let's click on the component, which is here on the outside frame, and then let's go to, where do I want to be? Okay, let me scroll up. Yes, this is where I want to be. I want the properties of this component. Okay, remember when we are copying this component, it was what? It was icon label, but now it's no longer icon label, guys. This is a button. Okay, this is a button. Now we have changed this to a button. So what I want to do now, I want to go to the properties. Okay, let me configure these. Okay, number one, we've got, let me just, for clarity's sake, let's call this button type. Okay, button type. And then what I want to do, okay, let me see. Okay, let me see. And then what I want to do, let's click on this component. Okay, I want this component, and then I want to go to here. Remember, as you can see, guys, we've already changed that. We've got a button type. Now what we want to do in this button type, we just need to mention that this is a main button and this is the outline. Okay, and that is it, guys. So we can do it here. Okay, the first version, which is the default, we can change it to main. Okay, or let's just say solid so that we can give something that is some sort of meaningful. And then let's change this to outline. Okay, and then we are done. And then guys, let's continue. Okay, let's say we want to use these. I can just click on any of these and press Alt and then drag. And then from then I can click on this instance, and then on button type I can choose what type of a button do I want. Okay, let's click here, button type. Let's see, okay, my apologies about that. Let's look at, am I on the right place? Yes. Oh, button type. Oh, this is the button. Okay, my apologies about that. Here is the button type. Okay, button type, and then we've got outline. So we've got a variant 100%. Okay, now let's just go back to where we were. Okay, let's say here we are going to click here, and we are going to click Alt, drag and drop this and zoom in. Okay, let me just push these up, up. Okay, push these up. We are done with these. Okay, let's go back here. So as you can see guys, this instance some sort of has got a relationship. It's coming from this original component. So first we need to detach the instance. Let's quickly do that. Let's detach the instance. This is just a new instance. Okay, I'm not going to change its name. Let me just leave it as icon label. As you can see, it's still an icon label. I don't mind anyway, but I just wanted to show you the active state. Okay, there was no need necessarily for us to make variants from this, okay, or to make it the way we did. Okay, so now let's create this as a component, and then let's just add a variant. Okay, as you can see, when we, okay, let me undo, when we hover over this one, and apologies for that, let me double click. Okay, now let's go back here. So when we hover over this, as you can see guys, this is a hover state. Okay, so we want to create a variant of this, which a variant of it will be this without the color. Okay, so this is active and this is not active. Okay, so what we can do here, we can come here. Okay, my apologies about that. We can come here. Okay, and then here let's look at properties. Let's click on add properties. Okay, create a property. As you can see, now we are getting different type of properties. Okay, before we've been using a variant. Okay, we've been using a variant, but now we don't want to use a variant. Hence I said we are going to do the same thing, but we are going to use the proper property. Okay, which is, in this case, we are going to use a boolean. Okay, because this is an active state, then let's use a boolean. Okay, let's use a boolean. Okay, so in this boolean, let's see how is it going to work. Just like the way we did before, we came here and we made some changes. So what is the name of this property? Okay, this is there will be an active. Okay, active and not active. Okay, this one will be the active one. Okay, active and inactive. Now it makes sense. Okay, so this is going to be the state. My apologies about that. This is going to be the state, and the first one, my apologies about that. Let's go back here. So the first one, which is the one that has already been highlighted, I'm just going to click once here. It's going to be active. Okay, and then the second one is going to be inactive. As you can see guys, we've just created some sort of a property, but it's not a variant this time, because a variant, it's more like an instance of something else. Okay, but a different form. But here we are just showing that when you hover over it, it's going to be like this, and then from then we can click enter, and then we are done. Go back to the same thing. Okay, double click this and press alt and drag and drop. As you can see guys, when we go click here and come here, suppose we've got a state. This is the active state. What if maybe we want to inactive state? Here is the inactive state. Okay, that means we are getting there guys. Let's take this one and push it here. Okay, let's take this one and push it here, and let's take this one and push it here. Okay, as you can see, guys, what we were trying to do, this. Okay, obviously we were not like trying to make a clone. Okay, but I was going to teach you auto layout according to this, which I believe I have already done that. Okay, I trust that based on what we have done, you can be able to just rearrange these things, okay, to look exactly like that one. Remember, in this video I am hoping to unpack the value as quick as possible without wasting much time, meaning that if I can see there is something that you can assist and do it on your own, obviously this is something that you can do so that I can quickly continue and add value. Okay, as you can see, guys, now what we need here, we just need to arrange things differently and put different icons, just like this one. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, just like this one. So we are more or less done with this. Okay, as you can see, guys, obviously it's not the exact thing because we've got different colors here, but the main idea was to show you how do you create components. Okay, now what we are going to do, guys, we are going to, let me just move these. You never know, maybe somebody might ask a link to this file, maybe here on YouTube. You never know. So let me not delete these so that when somebody asks a link to this Figma file, I can be able to send them to this link. Okay, and then let's just push everything here. We said in closing this video, we are going to create a card, okay, an item card, okay, for sale, okay, from scratch. Okay, remember, we don't have icons, we have nothing. I want to show you also how do you get icons. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do, we are going to, let me change the background so that it can be dark a little bit, so that the background can be dark a little bit. Okay, so what I want to do now first, since we want to make this item card to be elegant, so I will have to some sort of remove the background. Okay, this is how we're going to use a pen tool. Remember, I told you that a pen tool is very important. So now we really need to use it. Obviously, guys, I am not going to be like super perfect here. Remember, this is a tutorial, so your time is important to me. Okay, but I'm just showing you how would you go about it. Okay, you make sure that you zoom in as much as you can to see all the details. Okay, I know you are a perfectionist and you are the best in this. You are going to trace this nicely and accurately than me because here I am teaching, but this shows off your pen tool skills. Okay, this shows off your pen tool skills on how advanced are you in using a pen tool skill. So we are going to use this item. Okay, let's say maybe we have been asked to create a card component for maybe an e-commerce. Let's say you are going to work for Alibaba or you are going to work for takealot.com. Maybe you are going to work for Walmart. Nobody knows. Okay, so now you've been asked to create this component. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. Okay, as you can see, guys, I've just traced around this picture. Okay, then we've got this. Let's fill it so that we can create a solid shape. As you can see, we don't really want the border. Okay, we want to take this. Let me double click on it. It's a shape. We want to push it to the back. Okay, let's say send it to the back. It's still active. Okay, as you can see, it's still active. So I'm going to press shift and press the picture, and then from then I'm going to use this mask. As you can see, guys, we've just got the image without the background, and then I'm going to highlight everything and I'm going to group it, okay, to make sure that the mask behind and the image, they are always together. Okay, they are always together, and that's it. And then what I have in mind, okay, it's some sort of a card more like a rectangle. Okay, a white rectangle with some radius, border radius, and let's make it white. And I want this shoe to some sort of protrude on top. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, let me bring it to the front. Okay, as you can see, guys, these are the shortcut. Okay, this square bracket, the right one and the left one, if you want to change to bring something to the front. Okay, as you can see, guys. So let's go back. Okay, okay, now this is more like me playing with ideas. I'm going to press K for scaling. Okay, and then I'm going to rotate this. Okay, and then put it here. This is what I had in mind. This is the first thing that came to me. Okay, this is some, what can I say, a UI design trend. Okay, as you can see, guys, it's interesting in a way. Okay, and then remember, let's say the ideal background for this component is going to be white. Okay, so let's create that ideal background. Let me press V. Let me press white here so that I can make sure that I design everything accordingly. Let me put a stroke and let me put a gray stroke. Okay, a gray stroke, something like this. Okay, let's make it bolder a little bit, something like this. Okay, for now this will do. Okay, and then what I want to do, let me just put a circle. Okay, let me just put a circle, a perfect circle. Okay, and then let me just choose a certain color. We can even choose this one. Let's see. Okay, and then I'm going to click the image and I'm going to press that square bracket. Okay, as you can see, we are getting there. And what I will do now, I will change this shape to be some sort of a funny shape. Okay, some sort of a very not like perfect circle. Okay, but more of like an egg shape. Okay, something like this. Okay, okay, just for the fun of it. Okay, so for now we are just playing around with the concept. Okay, we are just playing around with the concept of this item. We just want to see how is it going to look like. Okay, and then what we can do from here. Okay, let's see what we can do from here. Let's put some color in here. Let's do it like this, the same. Okay, not on the border. My apologies about that. Okay, let's move this to, let's make it bigger. Okay, let's make it bigger like this. Let's see, and then let's move it up. Okay, I'm somewhat happy with this. This is what I had in mind. Okay, not much of a problem. Let's see, let's continue, guys. Okay, we will fix some other things as we go, as we go. Yes, we'll fix other things as we go. Now let's create a button. Okay, now we are going to think logically a little bit. Now we are moving out of the creative zone. Okay, let's just make sense of what is going on here. We will need a button which will be add to cart. Okay, we will need a button add to cart. Okay, now we are thinking about the functionality. Okay, like the functionality, how is this going to be used? Okay, so we will have an add to cart, and then we are going to what can I say, make an auto layout. As you can see, shift A, and then I want a background on this layout. Okay, a background. Okay, I want a background. Let me try this one. Okay, I think I like this color, but let me make it stronger. Okay, and then the other thing that I'm going to do, I am going to play on the padding. This is 10. Let's make it 30. Let's see. Let's make it 30. Let's see. Okay, it's somewhat like it, but 40, it looks like 40 can work as well because I need a lot of padding here. Okay, let's just look at the radius. Okay, where is my radius on this layout? Here is it. Okay, let's put like 20. Let's see. Okay, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. Okay, I'm happy with this. Let me just expand this layout, make it like bigger. As you can see, guys, it's aligned to the left. Let's align it center, and then let's change the color. Okay, to white, not the fill color, the text color. How many layouts do we have here? It looks like we've got more than one layout. Let's check that. Let's extract this out. Okay, let's check. Is this a layout? It looks like. Okay, let's click in the actual text and move it out of the other layout. As you can see, guys, we had multiple layouts. Let's take this and drop it inside this layout and change the color. My apologies about that. I didn't see it. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is add to cart. Okay, this is add to cart, and then okay, let's see, this is add to cart. Okay, I'm happy with this, and then we will need some sort of a description. Okay, we will need a description and the price. Okay, let's just put the price. Okay, 1,245 in South African rands. Okay, my apologies about that. Let me click K so that I can expand this. Okay, so that I can expand this. I'm happy with this, and then we need a description. Okay, we need a description. Okay, now let's just look for lorem ipsum. Okay, we just need random strings, if I can be honest, like random text, which is something like this. This will do. Okay, let's just copy it and go back to Figma. Okay, let's see where I am now. Oh, I have to choose. Okay, let's see. Okay, what I want to do, I want to click here. Okay, now instead of just clicking here and pasting this here, which is I don't want, let me first click here. Let me press V. Okay, press the text. Okay, see that it's ready to type. Let's make this 15, let's say, and remove the bold. Okay, to regular. I'm happy with that. So instead of clicking this and pasting it here, as you can see, it's too small. That's not much of a problem. What I'm going to do, I'm going to click here and drag. Okay, more like creating a paragraph section of some sort. And then once I've pasted this, let's work on the size. Okay, let's say this is the size. Okay, for now. Okay, so this is just a description of this text, and then what we want to do, let's center everything, and then okay, what we want to do now, let's just align our items center, more especially this one and this one and this one. Let's just align them center, also center in this container. Okay, I'm happy with this. We are getting there. This is something. Okay, and then also I like the spacing. Okay, the spacing between these. Okay, now let's work with some icon. Let's say I've got this cart item. Okay, this is the item, but I don't have the item name. Okay, I don't have the item name. So somebody might ask, what item is it? Okay, what item is it? So meaning that we must have an item name. Okay, let's put this down here. Can we have this here? Yeah, for now, let's try. Okay, I think this looks cool. And then here, I am not very good. I'm not a sneaker guy, so let's just type here Nike Air. I don't know if there is such a brand, or okay, I don't want to type Nike Air 2.0. Okay, let me just say 2.0. Maybe there is a certain model of a sneaker. I really don't know, guys. For now, let's just type Nike Air. Okay, as you can see, guys, okay, all the necessary things that we need, they are here. Okay, we've got the picture, we've got the price, we've got the name, and then we've got the description, and we've got add to cart. Okay, what else do we need here? So if you want it, obviously you will click add to cart if you want that. Then if you have added it to cart, obviously what is it supposed to do? Another thing that we might want to add here is the quantity. Okay, how many do you want? Okay, which makes sense. Okay, so let's just first work on the color palette. Okay, let's work on the color palette, because at least now we've got almost the majority of what we want to have. It's like we have everything. Okay, now let's work on the color palette, guys. Okay, so I like this color. Okay, I like this color. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Oh, the other thing. Okay, let me just show you how do you use other tools which are available instead of us creating our own color palette. Let's come here and say a color palette generator. Okay, generator from Hex. Okay, happy with this. Let's just click any of these. Okay, I'm just showing you how maybe obviously sometime you are in a hurry for time, so you don't have time to choose between these colors and do all those things, so you can use some other websites which are available to help you with this. Okay, let's see. Okay, okay, generic gradient. Okay, spot palette. So this means that we have to choose. I like these ones, okay, because they are not that bright. They are dim a little bit. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me go with this one. Okay, I'm looking for something that is light. Okay, not like too bright. Okay, so I like these. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, let me just do it like this. Okay, let me use my okay, let me just copy these. Okay, instead let me just copy these. Okay, it won't hurt to copy these. Copy, Control CV. Okay, paste this here. Okay, let's go back, copy and paste. Okay, I'm happy with that. Create another one, and then copy and paste this. Okay, I'm happy with this. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, zoom out a little bit. Now, the first thing that we need to do, we need to work on this component, okay, on this card, okay. We need to work on this card, okay, which is, let's remove the border. And then what we want to do, we want to add an effect, and the effect that we want, it's drop shadow. Okay, as you can see, it shows there, but not 100%. It's not 100% visible. So let's go here in this drop shadow and let's customize it. Let's click on this icon. Okay, the player amount, let's say, is 20. Okay, and then as you can see, guys, something is showing there. You will see it now. And in terms of the spread, let's say 10. Okay, as you can see, guys, it's starting to show there. I'm happy with that. And then transparency, let's make it lighter. Okay, let's make it lighter, something like this. Okay, I'm happy with this. Okay, obviously, guys, this is just a tutorial just to show you and apply everything that we've been doing. Okay, everything that we've been implementing or trying to do. So this is just the implementation of that. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, what else do we want to do? Now let's see if we can change this color to here. Okay, or let's make the background color, okay, like strong. Am I on the background color? Not really. Let's see. How many items do I have here? Okay, only this one. Okay, or this is the stroke. Okay, let's go to the fill color. Let's make the fill color like this. I think we are getting there, guys. Okay, we are getting there. Okay, this is what I had in mind. Okay, something that is popping up. Okay, and also it shows off the sneaker. Okay, this sneaker. Okay, fine, let's go back here and see. Okay, let's go back here and see what we can do. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let me change this. My apologies. Let me change this to this color, and let's give this a border. Okay, which is a stroke of white. Let's give this a stroke of white. Okay, let's give this a stroke of white. Let's see. I'm happy with this. Okay, I'm happy with this. This is somewhat like it. Okay, we're getting there. Let me just make sure everything is centered. Okay, let me just make sure everything is centered. Okay, I'm happy with this. Let me click this and click shift, controlling shift, click this one, and let me center this. Okay, meaning that this has been centered here. Okay, and what else? Okay, obviously we've got too much color here, which is like this color. Okay, we need to break that. Okay, we need to break that. Let's do this. Okay, let's do this a little bit and see. Let's do this. Okay, I'm happy with this. Okay, I am happy with this. And then what is it? What else that we want to do? Okay, let me just change these to white. Okay, but I can see that the color palette that I have chosen, as much as it is dark, but it doesn't play on our favor. Okay, because we want this to pop. Okay, now that we've got a color in the background, I am not sure if the effects it's still working for us. Okay, I don't think the effect is still working for us. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, guys, we are getting there. Okay, then here in this one, let's have a gradient. Okay, let's have a gradient. Let's first try to use the colors that we already have in the gradient, which are these ones. Okay, if this color palette doesn't work for us, guys, we are not like what can I say, it's not a must that we stick to it. Okay, even though it doesn't work for us, because here I had an idea of a vibrant color, something like this. Okay, something like this, more like a vibrant color. So that's what I had here. That's what I have in mind here. Okay, something like this. Okay, more like a vibrant color. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is starting to pop a little bit. I'm happy with this. Okay, I'm happy with this. And what else? We are getting there. I think let's also play around with the gradient here. Let's see. And remember, we don't need to make an overkill. Okay, the gradient must be subtle. Okay, meaning that it must not be too much. Okay, it must not be too much. Also, we must guard that. Okay, let's see what will happen here. Okay, also we need to check that so that we cannot have an overkill. Okay, let's just push this a little bit. Let's see what we can do, guys. Okay, scratch this a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I like that subtle gradient there. Okay, it's not too much. That's light a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with it. Now, What about the size? Okay, this is size what? Okay, this is size 15. Oh, that's not important for now. Okay, let's just quickly check what's going on here. Let's play with our typography. As you can see, these guys are competing for attention, okay, which is this one and this one. Okay, in terms of the attention, they've got equal attention. Okay, but let's make this one less bold. Okay, even if it can be light, I can be happy with that. Okay, and it doesn't have to be this big. Press K, make it small a little bit. Okay, now since we are selling the product, we are not selling the price. Let's work on this arrangement here. We are selling the product, not the price. Okay, this is getting there. We are getting there, guys. Okay, and then this is the description. Okay, obviously, let's move this up a little bit. Okay, looks like we're getting there to me. I like this. Okay, I like this and I like everything about it. Okay, and then let's see what we can do in terms of the button. Okay, in terms of the button, let's see what if we can go. Okay, what if we can go with white? Okay, let's see. Let me press V. Okay, what if we can go with white? I think I like this. Okay, think I like this. Let's work on this color. Okay, let's see. Add to cart. Okay, I like it. Now, guys, obviously, guys, we are still some sort of what can I say, playing around with the concept, remember? Okay, we are still playing around with the concept, even though it feels like it's too solid. Okay, the color is too solid. We don't even have some white in the mix, but still it's coming there. I like how it is. So let's just try to centralize everything. Everything is perfectly centered. Now it's starting to some sort of to shape up a little bit. It's shaping up. Let me work on this. Okay, this is too big. Okay, this is too big. Let's make this to a little bit smaller. Okay. Okay, center everything. Okay, center everything. I don't know what is this. Let me remove it anyway. Okay. So guys, I am happy with this. Okay, I am happy with this. Now, the last thing that we want to do or we need to do, let's play with icons. Okay, let's play with icon. This is cool. This is awesome. It works. Okay, but let's play with some icons. Okay, that means I can add to cart. I'm happy with this. Okay, now we only need icons, guys. So what I usually do, there is a website that I use for icons. Let me just quickly show you. There are some other ways in which you can get icons, okay, which I don't really use them. Okay, you can just go here to plugins and type manage plugins, and then you can type icon here. Then you will get a list of plugins which can supply you with icons, which most of them you will have to sign in with them and you will have to pay money, okay, to use these icons. Okay, let's just look for what can I say? Let me type money. Okay, let's see what will pop in under money. As you can see, we've got something there. Okay, and then let's just click on this one. You see, unlock. You have to use money. Okay, here I was just showing you that you can use the plugins, but in most cases you will have to pay money. Okay, so this is the website that I use. Okay, SVG repo. Okay, and then let's look for what I'm looking for here. It's some sort of a price. Let me just first press price. I'm looking for a price tag. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. And I had an outlined one in mind. I had something like this in mind. So you will just come here, guys, and click edit. Okay, and when you are here, just click copy SVG, and then you will go to your Figma and paste it here. Okay, let's just zoom in, press K to scale it. Okay, and then let's put it here. Okay, now we are only playing around with icons. Okay, we're finalizing our design. Okay, we are finalizing our design. Okay, as you can see. Okay, if we can center it. Okay, that can also look nice. Center these ones, and then let's make this label like be bigger here. Okay, this price tag. Okay, something like this. Okay, let's see. My apologies about that. Zoom out. Okay, I'm happy with this. Okay, guys, I am happy with this. And then in terms of our description, obviously the text looks like it's fine. Okay, it's too fine. It's not that visible. Okay, we can even extend this if we want. Okay, it doesn't have to be. My apologies about that. Okay, let's zoom in. Let's make this bigger a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with this. Let's see. Now, this is better. Okay, this is better. I like this. We've got the icon, we've got the name, we've got the price, we've got the description, we've got add to cart. One last thing, let's look for a cart icon, and then for me, I will be done. Okay, at least that's what I'm thinking. This is not a card. I want cart. Okay, a shopping cart, which is cool beans. Let's see for something like modern and interesting. Let's see, fresh, modern. Let's see, where is it? Let's zoom in. Here is it. Okay, let's press K to scale it up. Okay, and then what you are going to see here. Okay, what will happen here? Let's press V. Okay, this is inside a frame. Okay, let me extract it out of its frame and let me remove the frame where it was. And then let me take this to, my apologies about that. Let me take this. First of all, let me use it as an outline here just to see how this will look like. Okay. Okay, let's see how this will look like. Okay, it looks fine to me. It looks fine to me, but let's just push it in here and see. Let's see. We just want to see how it's going to look. Let's change this into horizontal. Yeah, I think this works. Okay. I think this works for me. Okay. I think this works for me. Even though it looks like now it's a bit cluttered a little bit, but this works fine for me. Okay, guys. Now, we were just doing things randomly. We didn't even do the layout and whatever. We wanted to see, is this working? Okay, that's what we wanted to test, guys. But now we are happy with this layout. Okay, if it's not working, it might be some coloring a little bit. I trust that you can come up with better colors than me. Okay, now let's do the layout thing. Then I'm going to click this and shift click this. I'm going to press shift A to make sure that these there in a layout. As you can see, guys, I can adjust this. Okay, and they must be aligned like left, and then from then this and the price tag, they must be in a layout. Shift A. As you can see, I think everything has been perfectly centered. This and the text, they must be on a layout. Okay, as you can see now, everything is being centered automatically. Okay, this this and this. Okay, I was supposed to highlight this and this. Okay, shift A. These can be on the same layout, and then I'm just going to okay, I wonder why this jumps out here. Okay, it's fine. Let me first click. Oh, okay, I can see. As you can see guys, this ends here, so this needs to end here exactly. Okay, now I see what's the problem. Okay, then let me press Shift A. As you can see guys, nice. Okay, let's zoom out, zoom in. Okay, I kinda like this. And then what else? Let me put this here. Okay, for me guys, I am happy with this. Okay, for me, I am happy with this. What else could we are not going to use much of this color palette. Okay, what could be the other thing that we might have forgot? Okay guys, let's not do an overkill. I trust that you can do something from here. You can some sort of work a magic. Okay, if you feel like this video has added value into your overall understanding of design, I am Matthew Singati, the designer and developer. Thank you so much for watching this video until you reach this end.